I'm Jenna Harshberger. I played for Parkland for 2 years and I'll now play at St. Ambrose University, and I've been pitching since I was 8 years old. So I've had a lot of instruction and I thought I'd share my knowledge with you. I do the Windmill Mondays on every Monday for the Park District, and I think it would be great to share my pitching knowledge with the Park District program. First thing you need to know about pitching is the grip. The way to do the grip is you take the ball and you have 3 fingers on the C. So 3 on the top, you have your pinky on the side and thumb on the bottom. You want to make sure there's a nice space right here. You don't want to grip the ball like this at all. You want to make sure there's a nice space right here. Kind of like when you shoot a basketball, same kind of a thing. You can also grip it on the O, like this. Make just same way, 3 fingers on the seam, pinky on the side, thumb on the bottom. Really, you can do seam. Either way, you can really just make sure 3 fingers are on the seam, and you're okay. Flip the ball to get a nice spin on it. What I think is a good drill is to just hold the ball like this and have the ball roll off your fingers so you can get a nice spin by snapping your wrist and rolling the ball off your fingers, kind of like this. And if they're having trouble getting that, have them take off their thumb and just work on going like this. So you get that nice backspin. How I like to teach pitching is to break it down to the basics. Instead of just getting right into the motion, I like to break it down to get a perfect windmill. The first thing you're going to want to do is after you get your grip, you're going to have your catcher, have your pitcher stand with feet a little over shoulders length apart. Make sure their feet are directly facing this way, body's this way, and then you're looking at your catcher and you're going to come right here to your hip to work on releasing at your hip, because that's where you want to go to get a strike, and incorporate your wrist snap. On the wrist snap, you want to make sure that your hand is coming back almost to your chest or to your stomach. Make sure your ball is rolling off your fingers, wrist is snapping. So this is a good drill to do. So as you can see, the ball has a nice backspin. It doesn't have to be real hard, especially on this one. This is just looking for spin, getting your wrist snapped down, and make sure they're finishing like this every time. That's how you know that you're finishing and your wrist is snapping if you have the spin on it. Okay. The next drill. After you have your wrist snap, you have your feet are the same way. You're coming back to the tee. So have your glove pointing at your catcher. Ball is pointing towards the ground, arms straight back. Make sure they have the pitcher's arms straight back. Otherwise, you're going to have a really awkward circle. And if it's straight back and your wrist snap, go right to the catcher. And always make sure you're following through. Okay. The next drill is the L. On the L, the ball is pointing the same direction as your body. Your glove's still out, so you have this nice L shape. And to make sure your arm's straight, pointing towards the sky, you kind of check this by putting your head back. If your head touches your arm, it's a good place. So then for this, you want to have your catcher a little farther back, so you can have a little more speed on it. If you're trying to pick up speed on this drill, make sure to pick up speed. It incorporates arm speed, so do this a little faster. And as you can see, the ball goes a lot faster with arm speed and wrist snap. Also with the L position, a good way to work on getting your hips into pitching, because hips are the most important part of pitching. It's where all your power comes from. You can have, as pitcher releases, have your hips come through. So it looks somewhat like this. Woo! As you can see, my hips are following my hand every single time. If hips are coming first, the ball will go over here. If hips aren't closing at all, then it'll be a lot slower. All right, the next drill. This is what we call, it's kind of like a K. It kind of looks like a K, I guess. For this one, stand the same way, but turn your hips. So your feet are somewhat slight at a 45-degree angle, and your arms are straight out. This is our hips are closed in this position. So it'll be like this. Closed, open, closed. All right, so after we've done some warm-up drills, the next thing we're going to do is obviously full motion. For the full motion, you don't have to use the mound, but I'm going to show you the mound today because the mound is very important when it comes to pitching. A lot of girls you'll see will want to stand on top of the mound, but it makes it very awkward to pitch it the correct way. So, what I like to do for the mound is I'll have my right foot forward. If it's a lefty, left foot forward. So leading hand foot forward, and your pitching hand foot forward, and then the other foot is off the back. This way, I can have a nice control of the mound, and I'm able to push off the mound, which will give me more power. So this is what a push-off is going to look like. Ready? As you can see, it was not a curl hop because I did drag, and I got a lot more power because I was pushing my body off the mound. All right, and from now on, we're just going to show you some different angles of what a full motion pitch is going to look like. One thing to notice is that every time I do the same thing every time. I'm never changing my motion, and I'm always throwing fast. I always put my body in a fast motion because if you want to throw harder, you don't want to lob it in there. You just want to keep teaching your body to go fast, which is great with the drills we do. Keep picking up speed, making your arm go faster, your body work faster every single time. It's kind of, I like to call it, go hard, throw hard. Another thing to notice is a lot of girls will want to stay on the mound and pitch. It's really good to push off the mound, so I'm ending up out here. The point of this is that means you're getting as close as you can legally when you pitch the ball to the batter. So it's that much faster. So like I'm throwing from 43 feet or 40 feet, but really I'm releasing it at like 35 feet. So you notice I really kick this leg out here, and I reach as far as I can with it so I get as close as I can when I pitch. Alright, so some final thoughts I have for this video is mental part of pitching is extremely important. So for all pitchers, it's important to be mentally tough. You know, block out cheering or negative comments, and if you throw a bad pitch, just go to the next pitch. Pitchers have to know that they own the game. They're in charge. They have to get out there and then say, I want to throw a strike. I'm going to strike some people out. And if they don't, they have to shake it off. They can't let batters get in their head. They can't let teammates get in their head, opposing teammates get in their head. Mentally tough and always wanting to go as hard as they can all the time. And also it's very important to practice these drills every day, year round, especially when you're young. You can never stop pitching because you're just gonna If you're young and you're not pitching, at least maybe once a week in the off season, then you will lose some of your skills. So if you want to improve, you got to keep practicing like with everything else. But I hope what I've told you today will help you out and bring your team success. Thank you.